Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Conspiracy Crypto. I'm your host with the most, TJ. Okay, so I want to get into the major issues which I think are coming up right now. As we know, the crypto market has been taking yet another bloody beating, and I say bloody not lightly because you've got, XRP sitting at $2.16, Bitcoin at 83. Is this ever going to end? I hear you calling to yourselves. Well, it is, okay? Today is a dark moon, and I reckon we are about to change direction and go back up very, very, very shortly. But what I want to get into today is the underlying reason why all this is happening, the underlying reason why ISO coins exist, okay? And why I believe that we are so close to adoption. And ladies and gentlemen, I need you to understand one thing. You, by buying these coins, are securing your financial future, yes, and doing the right thing, yes, but you're also doing the wrong thing. You are getting in bed with the devil, okay? You're getting in bed with the devil to secure yourselves for what's about to happen, because I believe there'll be a major financial crash in the future, and I believe out of the ashes will come the ISO coins to save the day. Problem, reaction, solution. I've talked about it many times on my channel before. All right. So anyway, before we get into that, thank you very much for all my subscribers. Please keep subscribed. You will get things on this channel that no one else is talking about and no one else really understands properly. So please do help me get the content out to as many people as possible, to help as many people as possible help secure their financial futures in this crazy, turbulent time. Now, first off, yes, Donald Trump's tariffs are taking effect. We've got, a couple of days until the 2nd, and that's when we will see either a big move up or another big move down. Hopefully, it's all been priced in. But what I want to talk to you today is the end of cash. This is what all of this is about. They are building a new financial system. So, this was a story from the 17th of March, which is incidentally not very long before the Ripple payment and the Ripple settlement happened. Okay, so I want to play you this. 6 major high street brands stop accepting cash payments with card-only rule. So this is in the UK. So 6 of our biggest supermarkets, we're talking Tesco, Asda, Safeway, Morrison's, you name it, Sainsbury's, there you go. They're all not taking cash anymore. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so this is what Martin Lewis says. Martin Lewis is one of the chief voices in the UK regarding finance and money, and this is what he's got to say about it.
I think there is a real risk it will be, and the reason I say that, the reason I say there is a risk, and I was involved with a report about cashless society. Many of us are moving towards a cashless society, including me. I like to pay on cards. It's very easy and simple. But there is a chunk of the older population who like to use cash and struggle to use cards. And, the people who have early onset dementia struggle with PIN numbers and things like that. So there is a place for cash in our society. And I think all of those of us who like a card protection, should also be minded that we're disenfranchising some vulnerable people if we try and encourage places to be only card and not cash. In this pandemic, it's understandable why we take contactless payments only and we want to encourage cards over cash. But once we go back to it, I do think for another 20, 30 years, we need to protect cash because of a generation who aren't used to it and are struggling to adapt to change and who are some of the most vulnerable. I'm not saying everybody over 80 can't use a card, but it's the people that we need to protect. And that was part of the report that came out. So
now, his view is the normie view, okay? Nothing to see here. Doesn't matter. All right, as long as you can use a card, you're fine. Oh, we need to protect the old people, make sure they can use cash. Right, okay, but the darker view of all of this, and this is my take on it, is the fact that this is all about control. They will be able to see every single transaction you make. So if you, I don't know, want to buy something a little bit off the radar, and you don't want the government knowing what you've purchased, well, they'll know. They'll have every single financial record. They can even stop your bank account. We've just had a situation in the UK where a guy basically was told that he couldn't access his money.
I'm now in Santander Bank, right?
What are you doing, sir?
I'm filming you and I'm recording this conversation. I'm coming to the bank to withdraw £2,500. Are you going to let me? I've got £11,500 in my account. Are you going to let me? Are you going to let me have the money or not? Hello, are you going to let me have the money or not? Huh?
Unfortunately, I can't remove that restriction that's on there.
You can't remove this restriction. You can't remove the restriction, okay. After your colleague told me I'm a liar, yeah? So your colleague told me I'm a liar yesterday. I've come in to withdraw £2,500, yeah? And you're not going to let me have my money today, is that right?
Right, you can still use your card.
I'm not, answer the question, please, yeah? I can still use my card. Are you going to let me withdraw £2,500 from my account today, yes or no, in the branch?
And what is the £2,500 for, Mr. Jackson?
Buying a motorbike for my son.
Right, okay, so have you got any evidence of the motorbike you
No, I haven't got any evidence of a motorbike at all, no, I haven't got it, 'cause I don't know what one I'm getting yet.
Okay, so if you don't know what you're getting, how do you know how much you need?
Because I've got a budget of £2,500 for the motorbike, so that's why I want to withdraw £2,500 from my account today.
Right,
Yeah.
so when you find the bike for your son, if you can show us some evidence of that.
So you're not. So I need to show you evidence. So I need to show you evidence.
You
I'm
cannot
doing it. No.
video call of this.
Really?
You cannot. You
I'm doing it now.
can't film me without my permission, sir. You
Really?
cannot film
Right.
me.
So you're not. So you're not going to give me the money, no?
I'm gonna hang up this immediately.
Absolute
now.
joke, this
I'm gonna
place.
call the security.
He hadn't bought the motorbike yet. He was just looking, but he wanted the cash. And the bank said, no, we need proof of the motorbike. It's his bloody money. All right, this is what is coming. Now, Tony Blair, he is a piece of work, let's be putting that way. Tony Blair's Institute for Global Change, all their biggest plans are about digital ID. Now, I'm not going to get into the problems in the UK at the minute in terms of immigration, but isn't it quite ironic that all of these people are coming in with no paperwork, no ID whatsoever, and then we could be pushing this digital ID system on our own citizens? So do you think that is also part of the plan? Interesting. So digital ID is a big framework that they are trying to push now. Tony Blair is now pushing this through the Labour ranks to try and get it instigated into Labour and into the UK system. Cash is dead. Trump signs executive order forcing America into digital payments only enslavement system. All right. This is from Call to an Uprising. This is a guy I follow. He's a conspiracy theorist. And he's been talking about how a couple of days back, Trump signed an executive order which effectively signed over cash. It was the end of cash, and it's the start of the digital payments system. All right. And then you've got this. This is the European Central Bank Euro system. The digital euro. Well, the digital pound is coming. The digital euro, the digital dollar. It's all here. It's all in your face. And it's all linked to the ISO coin. So, what is an ISO coin? What is ISO 2022? Now, I've covered this extensively on my channel before, but I haven't done a video in a while. So here we go. ISO 2022 is a global standard for financial messaging that creates a unified language and structure for electronic data exchange between financial institutions and international payment systems like SWIFT. Now, SWIFT is used to move money, okay, but very slowly. XRP will be used to replace this. Other coins will be used, like XDC, for the financial system. So if you're buying stocks and shares, it'll all be run through the XDC blockchain. All of these systems, all of these old banking systems are in need of replacement, and they're going to replace them, and they're going to get rid of cash in exchange for this new digital currency. Now, one of the things about digital currency, which I didn't understand for quite some time, but now I do, is every single pound or dollar which is produced, okay, every time you do a transaction, a little bit of that is removed. Okay, now using XRP, a little bit of it's removed anyway and it gets burnt. But the same thing is going to happen to your traditional currency currently. So when you make a transaction on a card, let's say I send Jim $100 for something, And then that $100, if it was in cash, he'd be able to spend that down the pub, and the publican would get his $100. And the money keeps circulating around and around and around and around and around with no loss. But with this new system, the banks take a chunk of every single transaction you make. It's a very small chunk. It's like 1% or 2%, but every time you use your card, beep, 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 that money goes back to them. So that $100 becomes $97, because $96 becomes $95, and the system goes on. And every time he's done that, so by 100 transactions or 200 transactions, there's no money left. And this is how they get you. So you are effectively paying the bank to use your own money. All right. Now, they started that with cash machines back in the day. Most cash machines in the UK are free. However, some cash machines do charge you a fee to use them. All right. So here are the list of current major ISO 2022 compliant cryptocurrencies. Now, I've already covered two others which are ISO 2022 compliant, ISO 2022 compliant. However, they are not listed here. But XRP, XLM, IOTA, Quant, Algorand, XDC. These are the big players in this new financial system. You need to get this in your head, that this is what the world's money is going to be replaced by. Okay, it talks about the benefits here. If you want to look at this, I will put a link to this article actually in this video description so you can see for yourself, all right? But the key takeaway from this is it's happening quicker than anyone anticipated. Everyone thought 2030 this would all happen. It is going to happen by 2030, and we're 5 years away now. But I think it's already starting. I think with this signing of this particular executive order by Trump, America is leading the charge on this. I think the UK is already there with the banning of cash in major high street supermarkets. And I think the global financial system is about to become digital in the next 2 years tops. All right, guys, so make sure that you are lined up with what you need to be lined up with in order to profit and get out alive. Because I tell you what, when the bank accounts start freezing, it's going to be a bad time for most people. All right, that's enough doom and gloom. I hope you're all well. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch my video. Please do like, subscribe, help me grow the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.